Please remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Hey everybody, so I've got a lot of people asking for positional exercises so they can help teach positional play to their teams. So here I'm going to go through 14 positional play exercises that you can do with your team. So let's start with number one. It's a 3v3 plus 2, and you see our 2+ players here on the outside. The defenders start zonally like this, and this is played at a maximum of 2 touches. Obviously, this player is trying to find space in between players, and they want proper body orientation so they can keep working this ball in 1 or 2 touches. On to the next one. As you can see, simple thing, 3v3 plus 2. We've just now rotated this player into the center. Now 3v3 plus 3, and it's just going to be blue against red, and yellow is going to be the team that is not going to go into the middle. So again, this is about finding spaces in between players with proper body orientation. This can be played 2-touch. You could put restrictions on this. You could put constraints on this with maybe it's 1 touch on the outside, 2 touch in the middle. I would play this 2-touch to start off with this game. And if a team loses possession, so if blue loses the ball, the red team will take up the positions of the blue team. And blue will come into the middle and start to defend. Here we have a 4v4 plus 2. Again, these players are looking for good body orientations where they can receive the ball, move the ball, play in between players. Always be scanning, looking over their shoulders so they have a complete picture of what's around them before the ball gets to them. Obviously, if blue loses the ball, then red will join yellow, and red will eventually make it to these positions because this is a positional game. Click on the next one. Now it's 4 versus 4 plus 4, and you could see again that this yellow team, they're going to find all these spaces in between players, constantly be scanning body orientation. And again, this is a maximum of 2 touches that you're going to be able to take, and you can always change those conditions. If blue gives away the ball, the red team will go to the outside. Now you could see this is a 5v5 plus 2, and this now with this extra red player, these players have to be very, very smart in their positioning and their body orientation. Same rules apply. If blue gives away the ball, they'll come to the inside. If red gives away the ball, they'll go to the outside. With players who are used to this game, it can be a free-flowing game. If this is new to your players and you want to make this a little bit easier, just make a rule. If blue gives away the ball, all the blue team has to sprint into the middle of this, grid, touch hands, and then they take their defensive shape. This allows red the chance to get to the outside positions. And now here's what I'll say about positional play. So if the red are going to go to the outside positions, each player will fill the same position. Then you could put in a variation where every position on the outside needs to be filled, but the players can go to different positions filling them so they don't always fill the same position. Now we have 5v5 plus 3. Obviously, you could see that we just used these yellow players in different positions. Now we have a 9 versus 3, and this here can all be 1 touch now. This 9, and this would be for a beginning exercise or a day with a little bit lower workload, obviously. Here's a 6v2 positional rondo, all 1 touch. And we build that up next to 7 versus 3. And this can continue to stay 1 touch. And you could see all the great angles that are here, triangles here, diamonds, triangles here. So very, very positional. Now we got a 4v2 plus 1. You know, if you look at this, you could look at this as a center back, left back, right back, center mid, striker, whatever you want to look at this as. And we work this ball, draw the defenders, and then can we get this switched as the 2 outside players rotate down. That's sort of a start of a positional transitional rondo. Now we added another center back here, so now it goes to a 5 versus 2 plus 1 down here when we transition. Next, We've added a plus player in the middle. So now this, not a plus player, a player on this team in the middle. So now if the defenders try to press in here, can he sit right in and behind him? So now the defenders are looking at the ball, and he found that space behind the defender, so maybe they could play it to his back foot. Can we transition into this grid then maybe after 3 passes as this player comes in and the 2 wide players go down? And I will leave you with this. This is a sort of the same idea right here where we added another defender. So it's 5 versus 3. We work this ball, all these nice triangles. Can the guy in the middle kind of find these spaces and pick out these spaces? And then if the opportunity presents itself, can we switch this ball as this yellow team starts to keep possession? 2 of the reds will stay in here as these 2 reds plus 1 more will go and play 5v3 this way. So there you go. There's 14 positional games that you guys can try. You feel free to make up your own positional games. For positional soccer, for me, there's a whole range that you could teach: the 4v4 game model, the 7v7, the 9v9, and the 11v11, plus just standard positional games of how to keep this ball, how to create width, right? That's why we have the guys on the outside. Can we stretch the field here? Can we always create width, opening up space on the inside? Can we play in between players, and can we scan, and can we get proper body orientation so maybe your hips aren't fat facing the pass, or maybe your hips are nice and open, you're already scanned and you're in between players. So now your first touch is forward, and then we can play forward. Those are the things that you really want to emphasize in positional play. So guys shouldn't be running around like crazy all over your training grids. Positional play is pretty much what it means is you're going to move a couple feet in either direction, but you're not going to be sprinting from side to side. These players already take care of the width. And if you follow my methodology, you know that I like positional play principles, but I also like to have players self-organize and without position, where they have to figure it out for themselves and they can interchange positions. But there's your 14 positional play exercises. Of course, I'll have more on this. Just stay tuned to the channel.